I guess.
Yeah, I've been listening to it daily.
Oh, it's so
It's such a banger, dude.
such a bob, man.
Such a banger.
Hey boys, welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey and I'm with the boys, Connor and Gant, as usual. They've been singing that the entire time. We've been in the office.
Dude, it's
so
such a banger.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it. Can we talk about it a little bit? Sorry, Joey.
It's fine. Yeah, you can talk about it.
Spoiler alert, they actually like that we figured out that we can move around the Earth.
Yeah.
No way.
Eventually.
Yeah.
In history.
Eventually.
Holy shit.
That's I mean,
My whole life view has changed now.
I mean, you could also read the manga, also called the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the light novel. That's the web novel. No, that's the web novel that the manga
prefer the web novel adaptation
is based on. But holy shit, yeah, I just finished it as well because I just finished like a few weeks ago, and
It's peak.
it is.
I mean, I know.
The thing is, people say peak for everything
Yeah,
nowadays.
this is actually peak.
This is like actually. Like,
That's why the word peak is just like lost on me now. They're just like, yo, it's peak. And it's like 10 minutes of the first episode.
yeah,
It's like, yo.
it's like here's a shiny new thing that's come along, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, yo, it's peak. But no, this is actually peak.
I've like summoned every influencer like DNA in my body to like get people to watch this show. So everyone I come across, I'm like, Orb. Watch
Yeah.
Orb. Watch Orb.
Yeah.
I mean,
Watch Orb.
I would go far to say as because by the time this episode comes out, my video about Orb will already be out.
Yeah.
So I'm praising Orb on every platform I can possibly
number one
do.
Orb Glazer over here. Number two Orb Glazer.
I've been
Glazer.
I've been the number one Orb Glazer from the beginning. You can see the history of this podcast where I'm like, you should watch this anime called Orb, and it has just gotten it's an anime that's gotten progressively better and better.
Yeah.
Right.
To the point where I think now that it's ended, because it is a full story, you get the end of the story. I think it's up in the running for anime of the decade.
Oh, shit.
And it's like up there in like Vinland Saga level for me.
Word.
Or would you say so?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one I prefer, Vinland Saga or Orb. That's how fucking
That's
good this
saying a lot coming from a Vinland Saga glazer. As well. If there's a couple of shows that Gant has glazed over the years, it's Vinland Saga, now Orb.
For the 19th time, if you don't already know what Orb is, Gant will now give you a brief explanation about
I mean,
what Orb is
it's
and why you
okay.
should watch.
We have basically talked about the basic premise. It's,
Like
it's a
15
show
times.
about proving the Earth goes round, but the real selling point,
The Earth goes around.
the Earth goes around.
Which is a new word that I
Heliocentrism.
learned.
Yeah.
I did not know this word before.
You didn't know the word before?
I didn't actually. I learned it from Orb.
Like if you had told me the word, I could have pretty much guessed
Yeah.
what you're talking
Oh, yeah.
about.
Yeah.
It's pretty
But like, I wasn't
self-explanatory.
in my vocab.
Oh, okay.
Now it is, and I love saying it because I'm like,
When do you say it?
because when I like talk to my mom, it's about heliocentrism. Of course, you know what that is, right, mother?
Everyone knows about heliocentrism.
when I learned, like-
You're a dirty geocentrist. look at this motherfucker geocentrist right there.
You allow these socioeconomic times of our current.
That's why we're the ones in the suit and the shirt, and he's in a sweater.
Yes,
you know?
of course you don't know how the Earth rotates.
The moment I come around to heliocentrism is when I finally can get a collar on my shirt.
But it was so fucking good.
It's
Yeah.
one
Amazing.
of the most like inspirational shows with some of the best cast of characters I've seen.
So to give context, the manga I've read about way when it was still first serializing. I think I read the first like 4 volumes, and the anime I only watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I already from the get go, I knew it was going to be a show I fucking loved. I just haven't had the time to watch it.
Oh, I gotta ask, who's your favorite character? that's how you know it's a good show. You're like, who's your favorite
If
character?
there
And
isn't
you're
one
like,
standalone, that's how you know it's good.
because I had such a hard time because one of the things that's amazing about it is that it follows like so many different stories and so many different characters, and then what will happen is you'll get invested into this like one character and then it'll move to another character story and you're like, I don't want another character story. I want that character story. And then like 2 episopisodes, you're like, I love this person. I love this person. I'd never leave me again. And then you go to another character and you're like, fuck, all over again. And then it starts all over again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is so fucking hard to choose a favorite character.
Yeah.
Man, it's tough.
Yeah.
There's so many amazing characters in it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like 7 characters that I all think are like the best character.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because they're just so well written. Fuck.
Yeah, first
man.
you're like Rafał, who is the first one.
Oh,
Is
he's
like
kinda
he's
goated.
like such amazing character, and you can feel, even though he's just a kid, you can feel his presence throughout the entire show. And then we move over to two other characters, I was gonna say Bell Dandy, but that
I always think he's called Bodani, but that's like the priest guy, the other guy. That's
no,
like
it is Badani and Ozki.
yeah. Okay, it is Bodani.
yeah.
Is it? That's Bodani, right? Why did I think Bodani was like one of the son of the head of the church? I don't know why I thought.
Yeah, is it Badani or Baldani? I can't.
Oh my god, bro! I got gun to my head. I don't know. I don't know.
Baldini or Baldini?
I think Bodani.
Badani.
Yeah,
I think
Badani.
Badani's maybe my favorite.
I
love Badani, but Schmidt is also so fucking cool.
Schmidt is amazing. I love out of
Oxy's
everyone.
so good too.
Ozki's like character development is fucking
Peak. Oh,
incredible,
it's so good.
and I think he arguably has like one of the best moments in the show.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna spoil, but I think in terms of like pure energy, Badani is just like I bow down to the amount of gatekeeping he has.
Yeah, he's such a dick to everyone.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so fun because you kind of see like this guy tried this, it didn't, maybe it did work, it didn't work. Maybe
Yeah.
this guy tried this worked for him, this didn't work, and then kind of seeing the evolution of like how it keeps evolving.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole time Noak's there and he's just goaded.
Yeah,
And he's got
because
such a presence.
One of the amazing things about the show is that, yes, it's about proving the Earth, goes round the sun and everything like that. But really, what it's about is all of these characters who have these different personal philosophies, like coming together with a common goal and just kind of like influencing each other by just like being around each other. So Badani starts off and he kind of ends off as just this egotistical dickhead priest. Like
I love it.
one of my favorite scenes with him is that he has this conversation with Ozki, the other guy, who's like, I want to learn how to read and write, and Badani's right. Why? You're a fucking peasant. Reading and writing is for the privileged, and Ozki's like, shouldn't that be for everyone? And he's like, fuck no. If everyone could read and write, do you know how much unreliable information would flood like the earth?
This is like
And
AI
he's like,
now.
Yeah,
Like,
and
yeah.
he's
He was
like,
right.
he's like, damn, you know what?
Bro was
Actually-
ahead of his time.
Yeah, bro's actually speaking facts. Actually, maybe he's onto something. Maybe we should have gatekept knowledge, man.
Yeah, I
yeah.
just love that it was always like, no matter how different these characters were, the underlying theme of just sharing ideas,
Yeah.
collaborating was always the ultimate way to progress anything.
Yeah.
Was to team up. You can
Yeah.
never do it alone.
Yeah, because
sure.
I think one thing that sets Villain Saga apart from like so many other anime and manga is that I think it has a message that so many people need to hear. You have no enemies was like a meme that got spread around, and I genuinely think it was like
It's true, man.
It's
people,
true.
People need to know that online.
Yeah, people-
If Twitter users knew that they have no enemies, they might be better off in life.
They won't be on Twitter.
and, yeah, exactly. And I think Orb has like an equally important message, which to me, like the biggest factor in terms of like separating who were like the protagonist to like the antagonist in here is that every protagonist listened to other people. They allowed, they had their own personal philosophy. They had their own personal beliefs. And it's not like they did a 180, but you could see the effects of listening to other people. Like,
Yeah, it affects
on
them in like different ways, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if there was a message to Orb, the message I got was like blind belief for like anything is just a really dangerous mindset. Because if you don't listen, even want to listen to other ideas, other conflicting viewpoints, then you just stop progressing as a human. You stop humanity from progressing itself.
You hear that, internet? That's something the internet needs to learn.
And there are just so many fucking beautiful moments in this. Like it's not necessarily that I cried, but there are moments where, you finish an episode and you just have to say like,
Yeah, you sit there. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us soak in.
fucking damn, man.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like, okay, it happened once. And I was like, okay, this is a good show. Happened twice. And I was like, shit, this can't keep happening. And then it
happening,
kept on happening.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is just because it's so unpredictable as well. It's been so long since I've seen an anime that is just like, you will have a scene, right? Especially any fucking scene with no wag, right? Normally you know how the scene's gonna play out. he comes into the scene and you're just like, what the fuck is gonna happen?
yeah. Shit always goes down when he shows up.
And it's to the Kenjiro as well, so you get that like the silkiest
Bro, his
fucking voice on the planet.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's got insane aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's really fun as well, like, and how it kind of, you know, science as well often requires a lot of collaboration. You know, Einstein does his little EMC MC squared.
Yeah.
Someone else is like, all right, I guess I'll figure it out. Guess I'll figure it out for you, boss.
Yeah,
I'll test it.
Yeah, it's
you know,
not-
it's just like the collaboration where like it's not about what you can achieve in your lifetime. It's what can you progress and what can you give to other people who are going to come next.
Yeah, it's that whole idea of like, you know, science is like that thing where like they adjust their views based on what's observed, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like faith is like the denial of said observation, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and the thing is, like this could have been so easy to like be like a preachy anime, be
Yeah.
like
Religion bad.
yeah, religion bad,
Yeah.
science good, you know, and stuff like that. But what I find like that's really cool about it is that it doesn't say any one message at all. It kind of gives you the perspective of like both sides and allows
it's like
you,
here's both sides of the argument, make
Yeah.
up your mind.
and allows the audience to make up their minds.
Yeah.
And like your conclusion might not even come to the same conclusion as the characters do, because the characters could come to a different conclusion. But what's important is that it teaches you to understand why they came to that conclusion.
Right.
And it just, I think that's just such a fucking beautiful thing and such an important message we need in this day and age.
So hard to do as well,
Yeah, yeah.
effectively, especially.
Yeah.
I was really glad when some characters, when they were discussing religion, because I'm not religious, and you know, so it's so easy to be like, I don't care for it. The church is corrupt, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But I really appreciated that there were a lot of characters that were like, look, I'm here to fight for science here, but I still believe that when that sun rises, that's God, baby. That's something special. You know, like, and I think the level of I suppose respect for every aspect of like the characters, their beliefs, felt so real and so raw.
Yeah.
In a way that I feel like is so rare in anime to get like such depth in characters and with not that much screen time each character. Like they didn't get 19 episodes each to flesh everything out. It was like the dialogue was so well
time
written.
wasted.
Yeah, and it was like you never, like Gon was saying, whenever you meet a new character, like, oh, fucking another new character.
Yeah.
But then within one episode, you're like, fuck, I want another new character.
Hold on, he's spitting.
Hold on, this guy's got an insane worldview. I got to listen up real quick.
Like one of my favorite scenes in all of this wasn't even one of like the climactic scene. It's there's two characters, Schmidt and Draka.
I love that conversation.
And they basically had a conversation where they thought they had a similar viewpoint. It turns out they had completely opposite viewpoints because they were like, yo, you disagree with what the church is doing, right? and Draka's like, yeah, I disagree wholeheartedly. So Schmidt's like, another one like me. Correct. And Draka's like, yo, you don't believe in God either? And Schmidt's like, the fuck you just say? Fuck you just say to me, you little bitch?
Yeah, 'cause they're both doing the same actions, but for entirely different reasons.
Right.
It's so cool that has been like using generational characters to give these like the perfect characters to appear at the perfect time in that world, which is like what it felt like. It's like, and it feels like real life, right? Where there's always that one person that comes around and happens to be at the right place at the right time that manages to change things.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
It's just really beautiful.
Yeah,
what a fucking
like,
beautiful show.
It's so fucking beautiful because like going off that, they end that conversation with Schmidt going, like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, I just want you to know, I absolutely despise you. We will not be able to get along. And he ends the conversation with that. But then after that conversation, you see how they affect each other. And even two people with completely opposing viewpoints that cannot find no middle ground eventually find a way to at least give respect to each other. And I think that's just the best part of humanity that you can fucking hope for.
Absolutely.
And part of humans that we need to see more of, honestly.
Felt like it came out at a really good, important time.
Absolutely.
We need to hear other viewpoints and listen to each other a bit more, be more respectful.
Yeah.
And coexist.
So yeah, honestly, this is I think this is a generational anime. It's up there with Vinland Saga. It's like one of the anime of the decade for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely will.
Go fucking watch Orb.
I definitely will finish.
I really hope in like 20 years this is still one of the shows like you got to watch Orb.
Yeah,
like, I think it will be.
And then on top of that, one of the best openings in anime in a long time. So fucking goated. I never skipped the opening a single time. It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Nor did I.
It was so fucking good. This opening is fire.
That's peak. Dare I say.
It is, man. I listened to a couple of Sakana Action songs before in the past, and I liked, and I didn't know it was them. So when I listened to the song, I was like, "Oh, this sounds familiar to the other
such
song."
a good band too.
Yeah, they have some really amazing songs. Go and check out the rest of the songs; they're amazing. And yeah, just a great fucking song. Holy shit. And I love that the intro changes. I love when they do intro changes.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, just a genuine 10 out of 10. Or as everyone keeps saying, it's a 9 out of 10 because you got to give 10% to Patoki. But amazing show.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen the full upload of the opening that they did?
With the 4 things?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, no. They officially uploaded it, and they basically made an AMV of the entire show.
What? I haven't seen the full AMV version.
Yeah. And I think it's fucking great because it distills the essence of the entire show within their full song.
Yeah. No, I'll cry. I can't listen to that. I'll cry if I listen to that. I've been listening to the full song though a bunch. Like every morning I've been listening to it.
It's such a bop.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go watch Orb. You are
for the 50th time. Go watch it.
Yeah, and I'm never gonna stop singing its praise. And that's it.